Nova Peris. So let's have a listen to what they had to say in Darwin.
We'll be doing a longer press conference at the Michael Long Learning Centre, but I think this is a great opportunity for me just to make comments about Sorry Day, but also Nova Peris. First of all, on Sorry Day, I understand that there's a lot of issues in this election which grab the headlines, but I'm determined to use the longest election period in 50 years to talk about people who don't often get on the national pages. I want to talk about closing the gap. I want to talk about recognising that this country cannot be a truly equal country when young Aboriginal men are more likely to end up in jail than they are to go to university. It is not good enough in this country that some Australians experience rates of trachoma which would make a third world country blush. We need to do better. This election isn't just about some of the issues that we've seen covered so far. It's also got to be to give a voice to those without a voice, to empower the disempowered. Fairness is at the core of everything that Labor believes. We can't have sustainable economic growth in this country unless we have greater equality and greater fairness. That's why I'm pleased to be in Darwin today, lending my support yet again to Sorry Day and a commitment to have genuine reconciliation, which is more than just words, it's about actions in health, in hospitals, in jobs, in housing, in justice. These are the matters which Labor will be committed to and make a national priority if we are elected on July the 2nd. Now, I'm here with, of course, our candidate Luke Gosling, Warren Snowden, with Senator Pat Dodson, but I'm also here with our retiring Senator, Senator Nova Peris. Let me just say these remarks about Nova Peris, please. She is a remarkable Australian. The Labor Party has been fortunate to have her energy and commitment in the last 3 years in the Senate. She's been a champion, not just for Indigenous Australians, but for women and indeed for the Territory. She's been a champion on the track. She's been a champion in the Parliament. I wish Nova, my friend, the very best in the future. And I have to also say, the fact that she is prioritising her family at this point in her life also reflects another attribute which she is too modest to say, but I want to put on the record. I reckon Nova Peris is a great mum as well. So perhaps I might get Nova to say a couple of words and we take some questions.
Thank you, Bill. I want to acknowledge that we meet here in Larrakia land. I'm a Darwin girl, born on this country, but I'm a descendant of the Yarru, Gidja, Moran people too. 3 years ago, I walked into Parliament as the first Aboriginal woman. And until you are an Aboriginal person, do not criticise me for the decisions I have made. This isn't easy. It's hard. And today, I'm here with my mum, Joan, my auntie Janita, who are also members of the Stolen Generation, who we've come here today to honour their resilience. It also is a day that 18 years ago that the Bringing Them Home report was tabled in federal Parliament. And we still have a long way to go. A long, long way to go. And I want to acknowledge the work of the Australian Labor Party for the work that they have done in trying to elevate and empower the lives of Aboriginal people. But that will not stop until Aboriginal people are treated as equals in this country. I may be leaving, but I'm leaving on my terms, and I want to make this clear. No one should judge me. I'm an inherited Aboriginal woman with strengths and resilience that I've had to endure for 45 years. And it's not easy to wake up every morning and bounce out of bed and pretend that life is fantastic, because it isn't. Aboriginal people have no inherited wealth. They have inherited pain, but We have a vision. And I know that Bill Shorten, with Uncle Pat Dodson, who we are descendants of the Yarru people like your Warren Snowdens, who's also my old history teacher, but also a good friend and mentor. I have nothing but the utmost respect for Bill and for Warren and Uncle Pat. And the door that has now been opened by me exiting, I wish that person well. And I know that their time in Parliament, they will make a significant difference. And it can only be done with the Australian Labor Party, because the vision of the Australian Labor Party is the vision of Australia's Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. So I'm not going to make any further comment apart from this decision that I have made is being on family, and I have to look after my children. Because like what Eileen Cummings said today, Aboriginal people haven't had to share true moments with their children, and I hold that dear to my heart. So these are the reasons, and I hope that you respect the decisions that I have made upon that. I hope that my next journey in my life, I'm able to make significant changes, but also continue that impact that I've made in inspiring not only Aboriginal people, but also young Australians to also get out and live their dreams. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks, Bill.
Are there any questions? We'll take a couple of questions if people want about this.
Senator Peris, why didn't you make this announcement earlier instead of during an election campaign?
Well, I didn't call the election.
Good answer. Righto.
No, but you're also a senator for all Territorians.
Correct.
All Territorians not deserve a better explanation as to why you're leaving.
Look, I'm a 45-year-old woman. I'm sure you don't go around every single time of your life justifying the things that you have to do. But listen to me. I am a politician, but I'm also a human, okay? Now, I have messages upon messages upon messages. People like from the cattle industry, the Northern Territory Farmers Association, they were ceilings that were broken because of me being a Territory Senator. I broke through ground that Labor has never been able to do in my own backyard. I'm a proud Territorian, but almost 40% of the entire population of the Northern Territory is Aboriginal. When you look at this prison, it's almost 90%, 100% with kids. You need a strong Aboriginal person in Parliament. But for the reasons I've just given you, I'm exiting, and I'm exiting in a good place. I love the Labor Party. Bill Shorten he will make a brilliant Prime Minister. He really will. This country deserves better. This country deserves someone with the leadership qualities that has a vision. People need to have assurances in their lives, and Bill Shorten will give that to the Australian people. The assurance that I'm giving to Territorians that whoever's going to replace me will do a magnificent job. I'm collating all the information and the things that I've done over the last 3 years, because I want to hand that over in good faith to say these are the things that I endured, these are the things that's important to Territorians, and these are the things that I want you to carry on with.
Listen, we're going to take one more question, but I want to just also answer this gentleman's question. Nova Peris, like any politician, is here for a finite time. She is choosing the terms on which she leaves. There are another 24 or 25 retirements in the Parliament which have been announced in the last few weeks. Nova Peris's accomplishments are not in any fashion diminished, in my opinion. Australia and the Territory have had 3 years of her contributed in public life, but she's also a loving parent. She's also a remarkable contributor. I think it takes a great deal of personal dignity to know when you think it's time to finish one part of your career and to do other things. I think it takes a great deal of strength of character to turn your back on doing one thing and then to pursue other dreams and to represent the causes you do in other ways. And I also want to say this. She has the complete blessing of the Labor Party. I am privileged that I have served in the same parliamentary party as this very great Australian. She's brought honour not only to the Territory, not only to her causes in the Labor Party, but to the Senate. I rate her. She's a top human being, and I support her decision. Thank you very much. One more question. No, probably that's probably not. I'll catch you a bit later.
And that's where we leave a very emotional press conference by outgoing Senator Nova Peris.